they quote one of the narration which is narrated by Hazrat Ibn Abbas Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu, that once he slept at his aunt's place, Hazrat Maimuna Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anha, where the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam also slept that night. And at reaching to the end of the night, obviously the last part of the night, the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam stood up for the tahajjud prayer. And he narrates that I also stood up and went and stood by the Holy Prophet Nabina Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, obviously after making the ablution and wuzu and all that. So we find from that narration of Hazrat Ibn Abbas Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu that the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, although shifted him from left side and brought him to the right side, but that means the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam offered with him.
Okay.
And there are even other hadiths. Once a lady had built a house and she invited the Holy Prophet Nabina Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And in fact, it is narrated by Hazrat Anas Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu that her grandmother invited the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam to come and pray from her home. So in fact, her had invited her to come and pray for the new house, and as here we say thanksgiving for entering the house, shukr. So the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went there, and then after some time he asked them to bring some water to make ablution, and then Hazrat Anas narrates that I brought some water and even brought the mat and cleaned it, and then the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam prayed with us when my grandmother was standing behind. So that means they were two, and then the grandmother was standing behind them. So we find from these narrations or hadiths of the Holy Prophet and the practice of the Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam that the congregation prayer can be offered by two and even can be offered by three.
Okay, Sheikh Saib, you mentioned when you were talking about the ruling of the fuqaha that for them they agree that the number should be three.
Yes,
and you counted from Imam, that is one, and the two following the Imam.
Yes.
Then what about the ruling of the promised Messiah concerning the counting? Should we count Imam one and then one following the Imam, or
yes,
just like
one Imam and one Muqtadi?
Okay.
And in that case, obviously after the deliverance of the sermon, they will stand together in the same line. And as I narrated the hadith of the Holy Prophet
during
Sallallahu
sermon when they are two,
there Imam is standing in front and the Muqtadi is sitting to listen.
Yes,
but when it comes to offer the prayer,
they should come in
yes,
the same
then
line.
they can come in the same line, but the Muqtadi should be, the follower should be on the right side, as
right side,
indicated in that hadith narrated by Hazrat Ibn Abbas Raziyallahu Ta'ala Anhu, that they can stand in the same line, or if Imam feels it better, he can extend a bit ahead than the Muqtadi, but those two can offer any congregational prayer, including the Jummah prayer, according to the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam.
Can you also make another congregation in the same masjid offering the same prayer?
Again, here there are different views of the fuqaha and even the promised Messiah alayhi salatu wasalam. Although it is disliked that in a mosque, whether it is the congregational prayer or it is the Jummah prayer, it should be offered once. Because in the Holy Quran and in the practice of the Holy Prophet Nabina Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, there is a lot of emphasis given on the offering the prayer in its time. Even in the Holy Quran, Allah the Almighty says that it is kataba mawquta, that it is to be offered, to offer in a specific time. And a lot of emphasis is given in that. So in ordinary circumstances, it is disliked and it should not be the practice. But in certain circumstances, for example, there are some khudam, they are on duty and the Jummah is offered. And as I said, the offering of Jummah is so much emphasized in the Holy Quran and the hadith of the Holy Prophet Nabina Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So for those khudam, if they are every Friday on duty, that means they will not offer the Jummah.
Sure.
if they are not allowed to offer in that very mosque where they were on duty. So after the congregational prayer finishes, those on duty, they can come and then they can offer their Jummah separately, but not in the same spot where the Jummah has been offered already. Okay? Then you can say there is another circumstance, and it is not here in Uganda, but we have experienced it in Pakistan. That there are some mosques which are owned by both Ahmadis and non-Ahmadis. And they live in harmony, but obviously, as it is the teaching of the promised Messiah, ﷺ, we do not pray behind a non-Ahmadi Imam. And in the same way, for them also, they don't want to pray behind Ahmadis. So if they agree that they can offer their congregational prayers or the Friday prayer in the allotted time for them, they can go and pray, and then Ahmadis also can go and they pray after. So it is only such circumstances
which are very rare,
where it is allowed. Okay? So it is not forbidden, but in normal circumstances, as I said, it is so much emphasis is given on the congregational prayer and in its time. So one shouldn't miss that time and make it a routine that, or maybe the bypassers, every group comes and pray their own Jama, every bypasser come, they pray their own Jama. That should be discouraged and is discouraged and disliked. But in given circumstances, which I have already quoted or mentioned, there it is permissible.
Now, Sheikh Saab, there is also a very important aspect that I would like to discuss as far as Jummah prayer is also is concerned. That is during journey. Journey.
Okay.
Should we offer Jummah prayer during journey, or we should just pray Zuhur?
You know, the Islamic teachings are based on easiness. Even the Holy Prophet Nabi Muhammad says that inna deena yusrun, that the religion is very simple and easy. So as in the journey, even the other normal 5 daily prayers, they are shortened. Okay, so for the Jummah prayer, again there are two views presented by the promised Messiah ﷺ and his practice also. That if the circumstances and the situation allows that you are moving in a group, or you are somewhere where you have other people who can join you to offer your Jummah prayer,
and you are not put into hardship to do that, then you may offer only you may offer the Jummah prayer in congregation by delivering a short sermon and then somebody leading you in the prayer. In fact, there is even an incident mentioned about the promised Messiah ﷺ, that once he was on a journey and a companion came to him and told him that he had decided to offer only Zohar prayer, but the companion came to him and told him that for me I can lead. He thought that the promised Messiah, maybe normally it was his practice that he wouldn't lead the prayer. He would ask his companions to lead the prayer. Even daily prayers, Hazrat Maulvi Nuruddin Sahib, Maulana Abdul Karim Sahib, they were the one who used to pray even in Qadian. So that companion came to the promised Messiah ﷺ that I can lead, was telling him that I know how to lead. So it shouldn't be that because we don't have people who can lead, so we only offer Zohar prayer. So he came once, twice, and then third time, then Hazrat Masih Maud ﷺ, he thought that maybe the man has a desire to lead me. So then he allowed him that, okay, you deliver the sermon and you lead us. So these both practices are found in the practices of the promised Messiah ﷺ. As I said earlier, why we quote his practice is because he is the Hakam and Adal of this age, prophesied by the Holy Prophet Nabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So he has done both. Sometimes he has offered the Juma on journey, and sometimes he has offered the Zohar prayer only. And
Okay.
the basis of all that, as I told you earlier, is that the religion Islam doesn't put someone in hardship.
No.